Ten Hag knows how the English press works. I'm sorry to say this. He knows how the English press works. We saw what happened to the defender, what's his name? Harry Maguire. When he wasn't playing Maguire, they were calling for his head. So when you are playing in England, you have to balance a lot of things. Number one,
has he be able to do that?
Yes.
How?
And that is the reason why he's playing Rashford, because that is what the English press wants to see.
Should you bow to what the press are saying or do what will
The
be good for
same
your own
person,
team?
that is what I'm saying. The same person that took Sanchez to the cleaners, as in he chastised him.
Was it fair with Sancho?
Yes, he was.
All right, guys, you're welcome to another exciting edition of Be Trending. Let's talk sport and let's talk trending topics as far as world of sports is concerned. My name is Farouk Adetola, and today I've brought to you two exciting topics. One from Germany, where we will be celebrating something that has never been done before in the history of Bayer Leverkusen, led by Xabi Alonso. In fact, a street has been named after Xabi Alonso. And also we're talking about Manchester United, their fallings, their coach who is taking sides with club, and now everything is falling apart for Erik ten Hag. We'll be talking about that on Be Trending. I've got my favorite guy on program, but my name is Farouk Adetola, the company Sports Mamba. You are welcome once again to the program. I've got Roy, who is never keen to listen to what I'm saying. Roy, how you doing?
I'm fine, my brother. Thank you so much for having me here.
All right, let's get going and let's start from a very, very interesting topic. News coming out from Germany. If you're just watching for the first time, well, let us celebrate and also congratulate Bayer Leverkusen, who for the first time in their history has won the Shield, the Bundesliga, winning it in grand style. 16-point margin between them and Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich have won the title 11 times back to back, making it their own. They are the landlord as far as the German Bundesliga is concerned. But now, doing it in style and doing it in a way where you tell them that, see, if you're ready for you don't stand a chance. Now, let's talk about this team, what they have been able to accomplish. They have won the title in grand style, but they can also even create a record never done before in Germany. That is going a whole season unbeaten. But first, Bayer Leverkusen, the new champions in the Bundesliga.
Yeah, congrats to the whole club. Congrats to Xabi Alonso. He has done a very fantastic job. This is his first senior managerial team coming from Real Sociedad B team. You understand, to take over a team that was second to the last in Bundesliga, last season, and look at what he has achieved in less than 1 year. I mean, big congrats to him. Not only did he achieve it, he achieved it in a very fantastic manner, So going all the way, 43 matches unbeaten in all competition. They are in Europa League, they are in final of the DFB Pokal.
Yeah.
Of course, that you can count that as done and dusted. You understand? With the form they are in right now, they are likely to win treble this season. You understand? I was thinking Liverpool will pose a problem to their treble hunt, but as it is currently, I don't see anybody standing in their way.
Well, let's talk about some other elements in this fantastic victory. We had two Nigerians in that team.
Yeah.
One, Victor Boniface, joint top scorer for the season.
Yeah.
We also have Nathan Taylor, another Nigerian guy. And both of them started on the day they won the title.
Yeah.
And for me, you just have to give it up to them. The fans were ecstatic. You can see them. Before the end of the whistle, they already, invaded the stadium, were on the pitch celebrating with the players because, they didn't just win the league. They won it like never before. Even Bayern Munich cannot boast of this kind of victory because of the way they have done it. But let's look at the Nigerian guys. Victor Boniface, Nathan Taylor. You saw them all through the season.
Yeah.
Were they just passengers, or they were key elements in them winning the league?
The beauty of this particular team is that this team is not built around a particular person.
Absolutely.
Every single player matters in this team.
Absolutely.
Do you understand? So even when he went, he had injury and he didn't play a couple of matches, he didn't actually show. They were still winning matches back to back and all of that. That tells you the amount of job Xabi has put into this particular team. And to the guys, Victor is the joint top scorer, 11 goals in 18 matches. without that injury, I'm sure he probably must be competing for the highest goal scorer in Bundesliga and all of that. He's a very fantastic player. He has actually showed that he belongs to the team. He can actually look at the second goal Granit Xhaka scored. He was the one that laid the pass.
Absolutely.
He understood the assist and all of that. So it shows how important he is to the team and all of that. So Taylor on his own side has actually played an integral part. He's an integral part of the system, and he has actually given good account of himself in the whole team. So kudos to them to what they've achieved this season. They've actually made name, winning such trophy after 120 years of club history. I mean, they've written their name in the sands of time. They've written their name in the history of Bayer. When they will be counting the names of players that actually achieved this feat, I mean, Nigerians can actually hold their heads high that they've got a representative in the team that actually made that history. So that's the beauty of it.
One thing I've always learned in sports is that you can equal any record or even break a lot of records.
Yeah.
The only record you can never break is the first to do it.
Yeah.
And this record in the history of Bayer Leverkusen, nobody can break it because they are the first set of players and coach to win it. Just like you winning the first Champions League, Madrid. There is nobody that will say we won it first. There's just that one record, the first to do it. And congratulations to them once again for being the first set of players and also management to lead Bayer Leverkusen from that name of Leverkusen to winning this title. And the beauty of it is that they have 5 more matches left.
Exactly. That was how I was going, actually.
But even Bayern Munich, as great as they have been in Germany, they have never gone a season without being beaten.
Yeah, true.
And now, and usually once you win the league, everything slows down for you. Do you think the hunger will still be there for them to just achieve that extra feat of going all through the season without being beaten? So they're not going to play against the Bayern Munich again.
That's what I'm saying.
Dortmund is not there. So I think it's something they can do.
So that's what I'm trying to say. So right now, the hunger is there. All right. They've got 2 more trophies they're chasing. So it's not as if they've achieved a particular feat and that's it. All right. So there is this burning desire to win the treble. And within that batches comes these remaining 5 matches. So it's, for me, I don't see the hunger dropping. I feel this team will go invincible. They will be the second team across Europe that will do the invincible.
It will be third.
Oh, the third, right?
I mean, the fourth, I beg your pardon. AC Milan did it in the early 90s.
Okay.
Juve did it in 2011/2012 season.
Arsenal did
it.
Yeah. So they'll be the fourth team, you understand, that will do it.
That is key league in Europe. I'm not talking about Portugal. I think
the big leagues. You understand? So it's a feat they can achieve. When you look at the teams they are playing against, I mean, the remaining 5 matches, you will see that they can easily achieve that, and it will be a very fantastic record, winning the league with 16 points, winning the league unbeaten, winning the league after 120 years. I mean, a lot of records.
The final on this, I look back at Leicester City.
Yeah,
they were struggling with relegation. They came back, they survived under Ranieri, they won it, and next season they started struggling again. Do you think Bayer Leverkusen will not be one of history and we know that Xabi Alonso will be there? Can he do it next season again? So
comparing them with Leicester City is, I think you're not doing justice to it. The reason is
I'm not talking about the history of the club. I'm talking about
the storyline. That's what I'm saying. The line. They have similar storyline.
When Alonso took over, they were struggling with relegation.
That's what I'm trying to say.
And same thing as Ranieri.
Now, what happened to Leicester City was the fact that they sold the core members of the team. They sold Kante to Chelsea. They sold Mahrez to to Man City, and they sold Drinkwater to Chelsea as well. So those were the.
He never drank any water at Chelsea.
Even though he didn't drink water in Chelsea, you understand. But they sold their key players out. You understand. So if Leverkusen are able to keep their core players, Victor Boniface, Florent Verz, and Frimpong, Xhaka, you understand. If they are able to keep them, then I don't see the reason why they cannot repeat the same feat. They still have the hunger, the same coach, same system. You get. So the only thing that can disrupt that system is when you dispose of that winning team. Then you can begin to have problem.
All right, once again, I say big congratulations to Bayer Leverkusen as well as Xabi Alonso, a man I respect so much while he was playing at Liverpool, Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, and a host of other clubs that he played for before, becoming a manager. And this is guy, as we said, that will be one of the greatest managers of all time if he can remain consistent and continue in this form. Now, let's leave a very beautiful story and go to a very confusing, a tragedy, if you ask me, that should have been avoided. And this man, Erik ten Hag, is the main cast as far as players management, is concerned. According to reports coming out from the weekend, a lot of players are not happy with Erik ten Hag, the way he has handled the issue of Sancho. I said it to who cares to listen, not that I like Sancho for anything, but if you don't manage crisis well, it will pile up and come back to your head. And then you'll not be able to even carry just single thread of those issues. Now, according to reports, what just even confirmed, Alejandro Garnacho liked a tweet, not once, 2 tweets, before he unliked them again, about them criticizing Ten Hag that he threw Garnacho under the bus when he had a very horrible first half against Bournemouth over the weekend. We are hearing issues of him with Rashford. Eriksen, since he made that comment about him not having a regular playing time, he has not kicked the ball. Ahmad is not happy because he was one of the best players against Liverpool, and you have put him perpetually on the bench. That's fine. But if you are putting these guys on the bench for players that are performing, that's a different thing entirely. But for a Rashford, who could not even carry his own shirt against Bournemouth, he did nothing. For Casemiro, who could not even run from here to that junction without panting. It was terrible performance for United. And now, Erik ten Hag is on the brink of losing the dressing room. Same thing happened to Mourinho at the tail end of his career at United. Same thing happened to Ole when he was rounding up at United. Do you think this is the final straw that has broken the back of the camel?
So at what point should the players take responsibility for their misbehavior?
Who is responsible for bringing out the players?
No, so now the thing is, as much as you want to question Erik ten Hag's system of play, you will not rule out the fact that he's a very fantastic coach. We've seen him
perform. He was at Ajax, not at United.
Farouk, the truth is, you cannot give what you don't have. We have seen this guy giving his all in Ajax, and he succeeded not once, not twice, not 3 times. He came close to lifting the Champions League. Are you aware? You understand? So you cannot say he's not a good coach. You have to give him his flowers. We have seen him manage younger players than what the squad he has. No, hold on now.
Any pressure.
That's what I'm saying. Calm down. We have seen him handle younger players, assemble players, and handle them very efficiently, right? In Ajax. And he worked. Onana played under him. Now, at Man United, I think the problem in United is the players are not ready to take responsibility for their laziness. I have said this thing before. The problem with Man U is literally is not.
Let me ask you this question.
No, wait.
Wait. I know where you're going to. If you are Ten Hag, or you're a coach at United, and you have a set of players, or some players out of a set, are not responsible. Don't take responsibility like you have just said.
Yes.
The onus is on you as a coach.
And that was what he did. That was what he did against Sancho, and you people are calling for his head.
No, I never called for his head.
Sancho was being disrespectful. You cannot. If I hire you, no, but hold on.
Has been terrible as Sancho.
If I hire you as a boss, if I'm your boss, and you question my authority in the office, I will sack you. I will recommend your sack.
Why?
So why are they calling his head for
the same thing for the likes of Rashford?
Now, let's look at. We made a statement here some time ago. We came here and we said Rashford is the poster boy of Man United. Now, let's look at Man U team as a whole. If you remove Rashford from Man U team, who are you going to play in instead?
What's happening with Rashford in the team? What has happened with him in the team?
You see, sometimes players, they have their own off-season.
I'm going to. If you're playing Rashford that has not been productive all through the season, and you have players like Hamad Diallo, Palestri, who's now on loan, and other players that have not been given a good chance to also shine, what happens to the players?
But
the players that are giving their all, players like Bruno Fernandes, Garnacho will run from morning till night if you permit him to play for Man United, and sees a Rashford that is so lame, will stroll, will walk, catwalk on the field, doing nothing. What does that make you feel?
Let me be honest with you. You know, Ten Hag knows how the English press works. I'm sorry to say this. He knows how the English press works. We saw what happened to the defender? What's his name? Harry Maguire. When he wasn't playing Maguire, they were calling for his head. So when you are playing in England, you have to balance. You have to balance a lot of things. Number one,
has he be able to do that?
Yes.
How?
And that is the reason why he's playing Rashford, because that is what the English press wants to see.
Should you bow to what the press are saying, or do what will
The
be good for
same
your own
person.
team?
That is what I'm saying. The same person that took Sanchez to the cleaners, as in he chastised him.
Was it fair with Sancho?
Yes, he was.
I don't think it was.
Sancho was disrespectful. The only thing he wanted Sancho to do was to apologize. He came out and he said Sancho needs to apologize so that he can be reintegrated in the team.
The same Sancho
And he
that
never
was
did.
tagged lazy,
All right.
not working well in training, as playing week in, week out at Dortmund as a starter. He's on the verge of taking them to the semi-final of the Champions League if they navigate the match against Atletico Madrid. I'm not justifying what Sancho has done. Okay. I'm only saying that his players' management is a bit questionable because of the fact that there has not been consistency in the way he has handled players from the likes of Ronaldo to Sancho to Rashford to Garnacho. Garnacho is feeling hot now and betrayed that he could take him out of that match in the first half because he had a horrible game. Why you left a certain Casemiro, who was poor from start to finish, Rashford, poor from start to finish. And that is one thing that
okay, let me put it this way. Since you're trying to take this word off me, let me tell you, there is what they call, in a team, you play football, you should understand what I mean. There is what we call senior men. All right? When you are in a team and you don't play these senior men, they have a moment of magic.
So Rashford is a senior man now.
Yeah, of course
what has he won?
Of course he is. However you look at it, even if he has not won anything, he is.
Rashford,
you understand? But that's the truth. That's the truth. So the young man is trying to be careful, you understand, not to arouse sentiment and all of that. So for me, I don't think Erik ten Hag is the problem. If I have not seen him coach a certain Ajax with young players to go all the way to semi-final of the Champions League, winning the likes of Real Madrid and the likes in their prime. You understand what I'm saying? So I don't think he is the problem. I think the players' attitude and commitment is the problem.
Well, at the end of the day, the coach is responsible for the club, for the players, and everything that happens on the football field. Unfortunately, United players are not performing, and I think the only person you can hold responsible is the coach. There's no way he will sack 18, 22 players at the same time. The players need to play to the instruction of the coaches. Okay?
Let me just say something quickly. You see, the difference between the coaches you've had after post-Ferguson, you've had Louis van Gaal, you have Moyo. They've always left the club because of one player or the other, right? It never happened in the era of Ferguson. The reason is that Ferguson is a disciplinarian. Even at the peak of David Beckham, you sold David Beckham, right?
So
you sold Nistelrooy. Exactly. You see, this is what discipline brings. So when you are coming into a team and you see that this person is a disciplinarian, you will have to conform to his tactics. But because in the era of Erik ten Hag, player power is what is happening, and that's why they want to frustrate him. Not that he is responsible for what is happening in the team.
Well, at the end of the day, the man that will always be asked the question is the coach. Everything rests on his table. That is what they say at Cenac Live. Well, I just hope we can salvage the season. If there's still anything left of the season, FA Cup is what United are playing for. And also the Champions League is still very much achievable with the fixture list of clubs ahead of Manchester United. With Ten Hag, his management skills has always been questioned right from the time he set foot into Old Trafford. On that note, we have come to the end of another exciting edition of Be Trending from the stables of the best sports show anywhere on planet Earth. Big thanks to Roy, who has made himself available this lovely day to do justice to this topic. And also, like I say all the time, big thanks to the guys making this happen all the time. To you, the biggest fans out there watching us, I say thank you to you also. But you also have to engage us and tell us your own opinions and views as far as these two topics are concerned. Until we bring to you another interesting edition of Be Trending, my name is Farouk Adetola. See you some other time.